picture this. A ship lost at sea, vanished really for almost 80 years. Whispers of it, echoing through naval history. And now, finally, it's been found. The USS Stewart. They called her the ghost ship of the Pacific. A World War I destroyer with a story that honestly could make even Hollywood jealous. Today we're diving deep into a CNN article all about this incredible discovery. So, get ready to uncover more than just headlines. We're going beyond the what and into the how and why of the USS Stewart. Now, you might be picturing a wreck, right? Like a pile of corroded metal consumed by the ocean. But that's not what we're dealing with here. This article describes the Stewart as largely intact, sitting upright on the seabed. Her hull is still, get this, sleek and imposing. Can you believe it? They found her in the Cordell Bank National Marine Sanctuary just off the coast of California, over 3,500 feet down. Apparently that level of preservation at that depth is almost unheard of. And the discovery itself is fascinating. They use these things called AUVs, autonomous underwater vehicles, basically robot explorers to scan the seafloor. Then they sent down a remote operated vehicle, or ROV, for a closer look.
What's remarkable is that the Stewart was a four-stacker destroyer, a type of ship that played a critical role in both world wars. They were known for their speed and firepower. Finding one so well preserved is like opening a time capsule. It offers us an unparalleled glimpse into early 20th century naval technology.
Okay, so we've got a remarkably preserved World War I era destroyer found in a sanctuary off the California coast. But here's where the story takes a turn. This ship didn't just fade into the background. This article talks about pilots spotting it during World War II. And get this, they said it was operating deep behind enemy lines. Behind enemy lines? That doesn't seem right, does it? An American destroyer in enemy hands. Turns out the Stewart was captured by the Japanese.
Yes, it's true. After the USS Stewart was commissioned in 1920, it had a fairly quiet service record, at least for a while. But in 1942, everything changed. The Stewart was heavily damaged in a battle with Japanese forces.
Okay, so damaged in battle. Makes sense. But captured. What happened next? Did they patch it up and send it back out?
Well, and the Japanese, they saw an opportunity. Instead of scrapping the Stewart, they decided to repair her and add her to their own fleet.
Really?
Yeah.
So they took a damaged American destroyer and just, fixed it up.
Yeah, they did. Imagine that, an American warship, now flying the Japanese flag, patrolling the Pacific under a new name, Patrol Boat Number 102.
Wow, a captured American destroyer sailing for the Japanese. That's mind-boggling. What kind of missions would they send her on?
That's where things get a little murky. The article doesn't go into much detail about this period, but we can make some educated guesses. It's likely the Stewart was used for patrol duty, maybe escorting supply convoys, perhaps even other captured vessels. It's a fascinating glimpse into the often overlooked aspects of naval warfare.
It really makes you wonder about the sailors aboard the Stewart. What was it like for them, knowing their ship was now fighting for the other side? It's a strange twist of fate. But tell me, what ultimately became of the Stewart? Did she meet her end in battle? Still, under the Japanese flag.
You might be surprised to learn that the Stewart survived the war.
She did.
After Japan's surrender, she was found afloat in Kure, Japan, and eventually towed back to San Francisco.
Back to San Francisco. So did they restore her? Put her on display as a war trophy, a testament to her incredible journey?
No. Surprisingly, the Navy had other plans for the Stewart.
What do you mean? What happened?
Instead of being preserved, the Stewart was chosen to play a very different role. She became a target vessel for a training exercise.
A target? You're kidding. After everything she endured, combat, capture, serving under an enemy flag, the long journey home, she ends up as target practice. That just seems wrong somehow.
It does seem like a strange end for a ship with such a storied past. According to the article, the Stewart withstood gunfire for over 2 hours before finally sinking. A testament to her resilience, even in her final moments.
From warship to captive to target practice, what a journey. But this discovery, uncovering the Stewart after all these years, it feels like it means more than just finding one ship, doesn't it?
You're absolutely right. There's a much bigger picture here. This discovery, it wasn't just a lucky break. The article mentions it was a top national priority. Historians, archaeologists, naval enthusiasts, everyone wanted to find the Stewart.
So there's more to this than meets the eye. What makes the Stewart so special? Why was finding her so important?
It comes down to this. These shipwrecks, they're more than just sunken vessels. They're protected sites, considered the sovereign property of the United States.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, there's an entire act dedicated to the U.S. Sunken Military Craft Act.
Okay, so there are laws in place to protect these wrecks. What do they say?
Well, the act ensures these wrecks aren't disturbed or salvaged without permission. It's about respecting their historical and cultural significance. These ships are, underwater time capsules, and they deserve the same reverence as any land-based historical site.
That makes sense. I mean, we wouldn't dream of disturbing a battlefield or a historical monument on land. It's only right we extend that same respect to underwater sites. But what about studying them? Isn't there valuable information to be gained from, exploring these wrecks?
That's the heart of a complex dilemma. How do we balance the pursuit of knowledge with the responsibility of preservation? Should these sites remain untouched, serving as memorials to the past?
Yep.
Or should we study them, potentially unlocking secrets of history? There are no easy answers.
It's a delicate balance, that's for sure. Weighing the value of knowledge against the importance of preserving the past. So let's recap. We started with a ghost story, a whisper of a ship lost at sea. Then we unearthed the incredible journey of the USS Stewart, a warship, a captive, a target, and now a rediscovered piece of history.
And it leaves us with a question, doesn't it? If the Stewart could be found after all this time, what else lies hidden beneath the waves? What other stories are waiting to be told? What other mysteries are waiting to be unraveled?
It's a tantalizing thought. The ocean is vast, a treasure trove of history just waiting to be discovered. Who knows what incredible finds are still out there? Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. You've given us a lot to think about.